Hi, my name is Jimmy Tewe, and it really is my pleasure to be with you here one more time. This Monday is an exciting Monday morning. I trust you had a wonderful weekend. I'm quite excited about the week. I have a lot of things to catch up with, and I'm hoping that some way, somehow, I'm able to catch up with everything. But forget about me for a moment. This is really about you. The Career Advice Series, this is the fourth edition, the fourth episode. I'm quite excited that we've been doing this week after week, and I'm very thankful to those who have sent feedback to me to let me know that it's been of benefits to them. What exactly is the Career Advice Series? Every Monday we just do a quick video, 10-12 minutes, basically addressing career issues that people face in the workplace, providing professional advice to you such that you are able to understand how to overcome them. One of the things we like to say on the show is the fact that career frustration does not go, it grows, all right? And so somehow you have to know what to do so that you're able to deal with it so that it doesn't deal with you. Again, maybe somebody's saying, Jimmy, I would like you to answer my own questions. What you could do is really, you can actually reach out to me by sending me a mail at me@jimmytewe.org. It's on the screen right now. And I'm able to understand what you're going through. And in this series, I'm able to address what exactly it is you're going through. Well, this week, somebody reached out to me to say to me that, that she's currently having some challenge with her boss in the workplace. And I've been there before. What do you do when you're at work? Maybe indeed you messed up, you didn't deliver, your performance is quite low, and your supervisor, your boss is mad at you, angry with you, and that is affecting work, on the day-to-day basis. Maybe you're in that position and you're not even excited going to work today simply because you understand what you're going to face when you get to work. Again, lots of people sort of stumble through this, and somehow they either get laid off, or it affects their appraisals at the end of the day, or some other bad thing. The truth about it is that there's certain things you need to do, and I want to address that very quickly in today's session. All right, again, remember that you need to let people know about what it is we're doing on a week-to-week basis. Tag them in this video, let them know about it. Subscribe to this video also. That will help a whole lot, because every week what we address is quite different. But let's get to what we want to talk about this week. How do you handle a situation where you didn't perform well, your boss is not happy with you, and you still have to get work done? Before we talk about how, what are those things that really cause a lot of these issues at work? The first thing I would say, a lot of times that I find out in my experience working with many working professionals, is very huge demotivation or dissatisfaction. The moment you are demotivated or dissatisfied, the truth about it is that one way or the other, it impacts negatively on your performance. You are not excited about it. You are not as creative about the work you do. And so what happens is that you find out that you just do what is required, not more than that, okay? And so you now begin to get complaints on your boss. So one of them, or one of the major reasons, is demotivation. Another reason that happens, or that people face a lot of times, is because you have a hostile environment. All right, maybe you have a supervisor, you have colleagues that for some reason you're not getting along with. Somehow you are doing more of relationship damage control rather than doing the work you need to do. And so you're not in a place where you're able to thrive, where you're able to be creative. And we find out that many times that it impacts even the work that people do. One other reason, okay, why people, have issues at work, in terms of their boss and all that, and performance or low performance, is lack of the required competence. Again, I like to say to people that, when you don't know something, go and know it, all right? Don't form or don't pose like, I really know it. I have a BSc, I have an MSc, I have this certification. You'll be amazed that you might not really understand what is required to perform on the job. So what you need to do is go and get the skill, get the knowledge, all right, that is required to perform the job effectively, okay? So lack of competence can cause that also. And then last but not the least, one other reason why people actually do not perform well is lack of understanding of the role itself. You'll be amazed about how people go to work and don't really know what it is they're meant to do at work. So sometimes the expectation of the supervisor is different from what you deliver, all right? And there's no how that will bring about a lot of happiness in the workplace. So many times I tell people that, you see, when your supervisor is constantly complaining about the work you do, you might need to go back to them and ask them, what exactly do you need me to do? Maybe I'm not getting it, maybe I don't understand. And then when that is addressed, you now know what it is you need to know. You can now begin to become more productive in the sight of your supervisor, who, by the way, is the one that handles your appraisals, all right? And so it's important that you're able to manage your supervisor. So, Jimmy, how exactly, is there anything I need to do? So I'm in that condition, I'm in that situation. I remember just right now, I think it was 2004, I was working with an NGO then, and I was a program officer, managing some economic programs in secondary schools at that point in time, and I was doing pretty well. Largely my appraisals showed that. And then my boss comes to me one day and says to me, Jimmy, you're doing so well, I'm impressed. but I'm thinking there's a new role that is available, and I'm thinking about moving you into it. It's a promotion, but it doesn't come with the pay. Beware of that, by the way, all right? It's a promotion, and it had to do with public relations and fundraising. Now, at that time, and maybe even up until now, those are not the areas I'm quite excited about, okay? However, I was quite excited about the new opportunity, and I jumped right into it. Well, fast forward a few months after that, what happened was that my appraisal, I scored for the first time 45%. That was the worst appraisal I ever got. A few weeks after that, my boss would call me and say, Jimmy, what's wrong with you? Why you're not performing? Are you okay? Is everything fine at home? When they start asking you questions like that, know that things are not fine at all. So I had to sit back, and what I did then, I've helped people, of course, modify that over time, and that's what I'm about to share with you. How do you recover your image with your boss? How do you get your star back, all right? Maybe you lost your stars and all that, you want to get that back in the workplace. How exactly do you do that? The first thing to do is to calm down. I find out that a lot of people, in that mode, they want to try to do just anything to try to get themselves back, and many times they do the wrong thing. So they end up saying, but I'm trying to do my best, you don't appreciate me, and all those kind of things, all right? And the reason many times is because they are, they're hyper, they're trying to recover quickly without thinking through. So the first thing to do is to calm down. Well, you are in that situation. I tell people that if you fall in the gutter, you are in the gutter, all right? But the next thing to do is you need to get up, okay? So don't start asking yourself questions, how did I get here? Because what that will lead to is further depression and not recovery, all right? So you want to ensure that you calm down, and then once you're through with that, you're able to think through what you need to do to move ahead, all right? So now you're calm, all right? What is the next thing you need to do? Again, I think that the first thing you need to do is to assess the situation and to find out what exactly led to it. Again, problem solving, you need to do what they call the root cause analysis. What exactly brought me here? Okay, is it demotivation? Is it the lack of skills? Is it the lack of knowledge? Is it, maybe that some people, you lack the needed resources to perform the job, so you're putting in much effort, but you don't have the support required to perform at the end of the day, all right? You want to identify the root cause, all right? What exactly is causing? Then you now move forward to say, well, if that is that, I have a relationship that is frayed. I have a relationship with my boss that right now they're not happy with me. So what you find out is that many times you don't enjoy going to work, not because of the office, but because of a frayed relationship. And somehow, I think before you even begin to think about what to do, you actually have to mend that relationship. What I recommend is go back to your boss and say, you know what, I'm aware you are not happy about, my performance. I'm aware that you're not happy about where I am. I apologize about that, but I really want to make an adjustment. Even in that instance, depending on their body language, you want to even ask them to say, you know what, is there anything you think I need to adjust? Is there anything that I could do that can help me to perform better? If you find out that their body language is not suggesting that, then leave that, but at least communicate the fact that you want to improve. What that does is that it manages their emotions towards you, and somehow they might not say it verbally, but they're able to give you a chance to try again, all right? So beyond the relationship, the next thing you want to do is you have to sit down to say, what plan of action, all right? How do I recover exactly? I remember that scenario I painted earlier about my supervisor. She was asking me why am I not doing too well and all that. I said to myself, okay, Jimmy, how do I recover? All right, and there are two ways you can recover. Recover by focusing on your responsibilities, or recover by focusing on your strengths. What do I mean by that? To focus on responsibility means what exactly did he ask you to do, right? Go ahead and do it. Now, what they asked me to do was public relations and fundraising, which I wasn't too excited about. That required I had to go to newspaper houses, that required I had to go to companies to write proposals, I had to ask for grants and all that, and those were not really my areas of strength. So for some people, you might say, okay, well, I actually can do this work. Let me just get myself together, get the work done, and focus on responsibility. Or play your strength. At that point in time, I knew that, I went back to try to do the best I could do, but when I was doing that, I realized I had a colleague who was struggling with what I used to do before, where I had strength. So I offered to help her, in that regard, and ran 2 projects successfully. She handed it over to me. I ran it alongside what I was doing, so much so that my boss was quite excited about it, quite happy that I was adding value to the organization. I might not have been doing entirely, I'm not sure I even brought in extra money. Maybe I did bring in a few thousands here and there and all that. But the fact that I was adding value to the organization that allowed using my strength actually changed her demeanor towards me. And guess what? The final day I ran the second program was the day that I got an offer letter for the next job, and I had to move, unfortunately anyway. So that's the thing, all right? So again, you must have a plan. What exactly am I going to do that will help me to recover? If you don't know what to do, ask, all right? Speak to somebody, have somebody in the organization that's like a mentor to say, you know what, I need to do this. How do I adjust? If you have goals, financial goals, maybe you have marketing goals and all that, and you're not getting the results, speak to somebody getting the results, all right? and you are able to understand the things you need to do within your own space where you can actually get the result. Okay, now that you have your plan, the last thing I want to talk about is the fact that you need to communicate. As you are doing what you are doing, make sure you are communicating and updating your supervisor, all right, on the result you are achieving. There's somebody used to say to me back then in one of the companies I work with, they said, in these companies, efforts don't matter, it's only results. And there's a balance to that, all right? But in reality, it's what hits the bottom line that companies really bother about at the end of the day, all right? So when you're communicating, don't just communicate to say, I called this person, I called that person, I visited that office, I did this. What is the result? How exactly will that call bring the result at the end of the day, all right? Companies like your supervisors like to hear more results rather than the effort, okay? And if it's only effort, then try to paint in a good light, okay? And communicate with them. Let them know you're making an effort. That way, it gives them a leeway to allow you to recover, okay? So, these are just a few things I thought that I could, share with you. Of course, scenarios might be different, but I'm sure that generally speaking, at least you have an idea of what you need to do. Again, many of us fall into that situation, high performers get to become low performers, but the most important thing is the recovery at the end of the day, okay? So in case you are sad this morning about the fact you're going to work you hate, and it's not because you hate the work, but you hate the environment, maybe what you want to do is monitor your own internal environment and utilize that to overcome your external environment, okay? Make sure that nothing puts you down. It's Monday. How you enter the week matters, all right? So I want you to make sure that you're focused this week. You can be productive this week. You can actually have great results this week. And this week can be that week that you look back and say, wow, I did this week and actually provided the boost to my career, okay? So that's what I want to share with you today, and I hope it's really been beneficial. Again, I want to ask that there's so many people going through challenges. This is a free platform. All you need to do is to send me a mail at me@jimitiri.org, and that's that on the screen right now. And I'm able to answer you and provide you, information that can be of, help to you. Again, please share this with people. Let them subscribe to the channel. It's a YouTube channel, Jimitiri, and on that channel, we are able to, prefer solutions to you over and over and over again. Well, I need to let you go so that you can focus on work. Today is still Monday. Get excited about the week, all right? And work all the way to Friday, and then on Friday, do a little TGIF, okay? And we'll be back same time next week on Monday, okay? Remember, send me your email. I hope to hear from you. My email is me@jimitiri.org. That's me, me@JIMITEWE.org, all right? Thank you very much. Have a wonderful week. Enjoy the week, and see you next week, Monday. Bye.